Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. God knows what time it is when you're going to be watching this, but it is a very special opportunity for me here in San Francisco to be speaking with vocalist and band leader Sandy Cressman. Passionate for the music and culture of Brazil, she's guided her career for the past 20 years exploring and performing the music of diverse Brazilian musical artists, from Antônio Carlos Jobim to Dori Caymmi, Ivan Lins, Edu Lobo, and more. With her band, Homenagem Brasileira, a homage to Brazil, she has performed in festivals and venues across the United States, Europe, and Brazil. She has studied with contemporary artists from Joyce Moreno and Mônica Salmaso to Toninho Horta, Jovino Santos Neto, and Frevo Maestro Spock. She was invited to perform at important venues at Carnival in Recife, Pernambuco in 2015 and 2017. In 2017, Sandy received a State Department grant to do a musical exchange called Do Jazz ao Frevo, from jazz to Frevo. Sandy had booked a show at SF Jazz Center in July of 2020 to present this tribute to Milton. But of course, as we all know, nothing really happened as planned in 2020. Please help me welcome Sandy Cressman.
Always great to get to you.
When did you first heard Milton's music and how that struck you?
Well, when I was dating my husband, which was a long time ago because we've been married for 35 years, he introduced me to Native Dancer, the CD of Wayne Shorter with Milton Nascimento. And I was just struck by this voice and the soul behind it and the beauty of the different grooves and sounds. And it was at a time that I was first getting to know more different artists from Brazil. And as I went through my journey, I kept finding other records of Milton, from the Clube da Esquina records to the Milton's record with Herbie Hancock. And I realized that Milton was open to so many influences, from the Beatles to rhythms from the Northeast, from rhythms from all over Brazil. And as we're preparing this show, I realized the other day at rehearsal, there are not that many samba grooves or bossa nova grooves that we're actually playing. It's all other things. So I think it will be really exciting for people.
What's the lineup for this particular show? How do you interconnect the different generations from young to old, people that have been touched by Milton's music?
Okay, well, first of all, the grant allowed me to commission arrangements by everyone from Jovino Santos Neto, who lives in Seattle, to the great pianist Deborah Gorgel, who lives in Sao Paulo, of my generation, and Murray Lowe, my great pianist, to my daughter, Natalie Cressman, next generation, to having her arrange a piece as well. And on stage that day, we'll have my husband, Jeff Cressman, on trombone, who has been my main trombonist for the last few years. When he retired from being on the road with Carlos Santana, I got to have Jeff in my band. So Jeff, along with Natalie on trombone. Natalie's also going to sing. Murray Lowe, as I said, on keyboards. David Belove, my longtime bass player. The young drummer Dylan Votto, who's fantastic. And young composer, guitarist, singer Ian Facchini, and Amy Molinelli on percussion. So those are the musicians. I'm super excited to have this band together.
Very cool. And I also heard there's a local band doing an opening show, like sport act. The ladies from Agua Pura, is that?
That's right. So Rebecca Rodriguez is a former voice student of mine, and I went to see them play here nearby in the Mission District. And I was really excited about the energy and the soul and the commitment of this group. It's an all-female identifying 10-piece salsa band. I know it's not Brazilian music, but I wanted the contrast. And part of my grant was about community and about intergenerational participation. So I
I
invited
think
other.
that contrast is so important because I mean, I'm a Brazilian person that identify as Latino, and that discussion can, go for hours. But I appreciate very much when Latino influences, rhythms are mixed with Brazilian artists. That brings so much to the table. And I would like to thank you, and I'll be honored and have the privilege to be the MC for the show. So really, really grateful to be part of the team. And I'm curious too, because I know the event's gonna be free of charge, and at the Jerry Garcia Amphitheatre. Can you describe to us like a day at the Jerry Garcia Amphitheatre? How do foresee images of people coming and their picnic baskets? What are we going to see?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to let folks know who haven't been out to McLaren Park, know that you can drive there easily. There's plenty of parking along John Shelley Drive, which leads up to a parking lot for the Jerry Garcia Amphitheatre. We do have a limited number of ADA spaces, and if you need that kind of accommodation, you can email me, cressmanmusic@mac.com, and we'll hook you up there as long as we have space. There's also drop-off point there. If it's anybody's mobility challenge, you can drop off your guests and then go park. It's a beautiful, beautiful park, and the weather should be gorgeous in September. We are encouraging people to bring picnics. Bring your picnic, your beverages. There are amphitheater bench seating, but there's also grass. We won't have any lunch food for sale, but we do have a great vendor who's called the Pop Nation. They make vegan, all natural popsicles, and they promised me some acai pops for this event.
All right. That's gonna be a hit.
Yeah, and we're asking people also to be ready to take care of their trash. We have receptacles there, you can pack it out. And I'm speaking now as somebody who had to get a permit from the park department, and they asked us to encourage people to keep it nice and clean. There are great bathrooms there. There's a water station there. It's just beautiful, this park. And you can be dropped off by Uber or Lyft there as well. If you live close to the Excelsior on any other side of the park, there are other places to walk in from as well.
Awesome. How do folks get more information about the event? Is there a link?
Yeah, if you go to cressmanmusic.com and you open that up along the menu, the left side, if you're looking at a browser, there's a choice that is Cantos do Povo, the music of Milton Nascimento. And I think there's a different looking menu if you log on your phone. But there is a page there. The link is too long for me to go into for the specific page. But it's when you open cressmanmusic.com right now, there's a big
I'm here. It's super easy.
Yeah. And all of the details that I just gave are there on that page. And on the day of the show, we'll have a show program that will be available there. We'll have some QR codes so that you can look up descriptions of the songs, the names.
Absolutely amazing. Well, thank you for coming here, for your time, and it's going to be a pleasure for me to be there. Everyone out there, Brazilians, non-Brazilians, Latino, non-Latinos, everyone in the Excelsior and the outer and bigger community in the Bay Area, join us September the 17th at 12:30 p.m. Free concert tribute to the great Milton Nascimento. This show is the culmination of a 2-year project supported by the San Francisco Arts Commission. Please come out, help, support, have a good time, acquire more culture, get tighter with your community, and let's do this together. Thank you, Sandy. Valeu. Até a próxima.
Paulo. Abraço.